Hey, Cass.
Hey Ma, how are you, my darling?
Look at H Bird in the house tonight.
Do you ever have that? Oh, shut up. Oh, sorry about that.
You know, Cass,
Very
what are we
unprofessional.
gonna do with you?
Oh, look, box me up. Give me a new spine. A new hip would be nice. Um, I could go on. I could go on what I would like, but what I'm going to get are two different things.
Right?
Smack across the chops, maybe.
Chris, the chops lately. Oh, H Bird.
Yeah. HB, HB, HB. Oh, what a day.
Let me shut down my Discord. I don't know, snakes. Hey, Shredder. Hey, Nay. So, you have a birthday parties
Kenny.
all. Hey, GB. Hey, Kenny. You got some birthday parties coming up.
I do. It's my husband's 62nd birthday. He's my toy boy. I'm older than him tonight, my time.
And you're taking
Uh,
all of us to dinner tonight, right?
I am. I'm taking everybody out for dinner tonight. And then tomorrow I'm taking everybody out for lunch because it's my daughter's 40th birthday tomorrow. And everybody's invited to my daughter's 40th birthday party on Saturday.
Hey, Sassafras, PB&J. Hey, Alyssa.
Yeah, so
All
it's
right.
party weekend this weekend.
So we've got an hour because Kaz has a... Hello, Brenda. Because Kaz has big dates going on. So, where do we start? This big Heidi Planck mess.
Yes.
Hey, Pamela.
Hey, Nathan. Hey, Tess. Yeah, well, oh, what a tangled web we have delved into. Every turn we have taken,
Ooh, tell ya.
it's led us down some pretty unbelievable paths. So I will say that.
Yeah, so
As,
we'll basically, we spoke, I mean, how do you even start that? We've been in contact with Jim, Heidi's ex-husband. He's told us a lot of stuff. Well, the
we
group.
did.
We'll just go with the group. But the information was taken out of this group and it was put behind a paywall. So, because of that happening, I think we should just say everything that we know about Heidi and what we think is going on, and then maybe we can get people out there to help us solve this because I really do think that it's very interesting shit that's going on.
Oh, categorically. I mean, now that information that you wanted to not put out there yet, for certain reasons, and the reasons of which were very valid. But
I didn't want to
there.
put some of it out there, especially the ransom notes and that part of it, because of the fact that it was asked not to put that out there. And I didn't want to lose any trust with Jim. Hey, Veggie Burger. Hey, Kenny. Yes, a paywall is
I
when
don't
you
think
take
Kenny understands what that is.
a paywall, Kenny, is when you take information and you put it behind a members only or a Patreon or something like that, so people will go back and pay for the information to see what's going on. They call it a paywall.
Yeah. Yeah. So everything that we were trying to, as we've been asked to keep quiet, we did, but unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond Mars control, that information got given to somebody, and so it's out there in some of the world if you've paid to view.
Yeah. Hey, Happy. Kenny, yeah, no, Jim's not paywalling.
No.
An ex-YouTuber that's being sued for millions is paywalling the information.
Yeah. Brenda says she's always.
So basically, what we know from this whole thing with Jim, and Jim really is, I mean, I hate to admit it, but he really is a nice guy.
Yeah.
Ugh,
I know. I know it sours your mouth, my dear. But sometimes, those Sour Patch
Uh,
sweets are good.
I know, but then Kenny is like talking about I'm going to be buying him Christmas presents. I'm like, Kenny, I can't afford Jim. Are you kidding me? The guy probably gets 500 for a haircut.
This is true, and we know, your income is nowhere near that. So,
No. So Jim basically told us that he's really forthcoming. He basically says, and we're going to show you guys some Yelp pictures from the building that are very interesting. We're going to talk to you about a connection that we've been digging in for a long time that we're starting to break through in a few things.
yeah,
And then we're going to, I guess we'll play the video again just for Popcorn Planet to have a look at it in case he doesn't. I tagged him too. But
I,
yeah, I did.
yeah,
So Jim, so we were all understanding at first. Let me pull up my maps. Jim said to us that the car was not found where it was said, but he can't discuss the car. He said to us that she would never have gone to that party. Never. He's not denying that she knows somebody in the building, but she would never go to that party. She does not have an Adderall problem to go by that. He was saying that they rebuilt their relationship and they were really getting along for bonds.
yeah.
He said that oh, another thing, he also said that he's had the personal or the business cell phone that the friend brought over. Since it's happened, like the police never took it. Like he still has that phone.
Well, like I said, they don't actually physically need the phone to go the data.
Hey, let me turn on my bots. Let me get the bots to the party. And
Okay.
then yeah, because we were, we asked him about a few Facebook posts that he said, oh, it's our first whatever without his mother. But Jim says that she was actually there and it was just a smart ass thing that he was doing. He did say that, the divorce was rough, but he did. He said that they basically had a really good relationship
Yeah.
and that nobody knew her as good as him. He also said, this is what I found absolutely flabbergasting. He did not know who Trey was, her cousin, the one that was on that interview on the other channel.
Yeah, that blew my
He
mind that he
remember
didn't know
he had to call Heidi's mom to ask like, who
Asta.
is this character?
Yeah. I mean, that tells you it right away that Trey said he was close. Um, mm, well, if the ex-husband, granted they weren't married for a huge amount of time, but come on, you've got to know that cousin Trey is there and her brother's there and her mum's there. I mean, he didn't have much to do with her mum either, but you know,
Yeah, so that was no relationship. I
yeah,
He didn't even know who he was, and they were been together what 14 years he said.
yeah.
And what else did he say? She was a great mom.
Oh, yeah, he was glowing in his description of
Yep.
Heidi
She
as
would
far as
never just go somewhere like this with the boy.
no,
He
absolutely not.
he did
That
say that he's receiving. I'm going to say this, but I'm not going to say what it was because this is the part that he really was just like he's receiving weird threats and like, oh, we've got her and ransom notes and like just some
really
and
bizarre.
sending pictures that resemble her. Like, and I'll tell you now, Jim is not totally convinced. He says, well, if she is not alive. He also said that they are still digging at Chiquita, but it didn't start on the day it was supposed to start because they were having problems with the permit. But now it's a go. It's also a
Yeah,
no-fly zone.
correct.
What else?
He also well, he still does not believe, of course, Naima's got anything to do with it. He categorically stated, as far as he knew, and he's willing to put, his thing on the line here. Heidi didn't have another boyfriend, and it's a humongous if she did, she kept it so close to herself
Oh,
that
she kept it quiet.
none of her close girlfriends allegedly knew about it.
Nope.
Jim didn't know about it, but we do know that she was in that building before.
Well,
Now,
the
who this
more,
mysterious person is,
yeah. But let's
they
go
could
ahead,
just
Kaz.
go
Let's
on.
show them where she was actually walking, because a lot of people are under the impression that this camera that picked her up at that 1822 put her in that alley at the Hope and Flower, but we all know it didn't.
Yeah, and we came to knowing this by looking at the alleyways behind the Hope.
we we
We
took a
went
we took a road trip
a road
in
trip is an
downtown Los
understatement.
Angeles
That was
until
a
we found
mega
the
walk,
exact.
and we found it by comparing buildings. We found it comparing doorways. We found it comparing wrought iron gates. We were so thorough in making sure that that was the wrought iron walkway. We looked at it from a eye level. We looked at it up towards the sky level, and then we went, "Oh my God, bingo! Here we go."
Hey, Jessica. Let me tell you what, I know downtown Los Angeles so well right now that when that map just opened and I saw the USC building, I'm like, oh, I know exactly where I am. This
Oh,
little. Okay, so after we show you guys a couple of where Heidi actually was, where that footage was taken, and then we're going to get into all of these LLC companies that were once involved with Arcadian Capital, that
yeah,
are involved, excuse me. And then we're going to talk about this little place down the road called Litco.
yes.
Even though I don't think Litco is involved, but I think the person might know the owner of Litco, just like I'm convinced that Sabrina knows the owner of Litco.
I agree with you. I agree
So,
with you.
so the girl that supposedly had the Maserati and the flat tire and all that stuff, she has an office suite in this building right here, the USC Tower. And she's got a couple of her own businesses, but we'll get into those in a minute, what they all do. All right. So here's the Hope. Okay. Here's her business, her office business. Here's 12th. Here's the Hope. Here's the Flower. Everyone assumed that Heidi was walking down this alley when those cameras were taken, but she wasn't. She was
No,
across the street down here on Flower Street Alley. We got her right about here. Camera's coming off right about here. I'm going to take you down and show you guys. And she's walking this way. The part where she's looking up, she's headed back to this way. Now, the guy that owns the penthouse at 4001 in the Hope building also owns a condo in the position to where she was walking the second time. Am I correct
correct.
about that?
Yes, at 7:27. Yes, that's
727. Yeah, let's go. I can't see
in
comments.
the
Let's go have a
Roosevelt.
look at this alley, right? Where she was walking at 10:22 at night.
No, 6:22, Donna.
Was it 6:22? I thought it was 18:22.
Yeah, that's 6:22 in normal people's time frame.
All right. So guys, this is the wrought iron fence. We'll show you the video that she passes by. She's walking from back of the camera towards me on that one, and she's picked up. What would you say, Kaz? Right about here?
Yeah, where the square imprints are on the
Mm-hmm. Oh
concrete
shoot!
bit.
Hang on one sec, guys. I just froze. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Something. There we go. It's snowing right now, like really bad. So my internet might be a little tight tonight. So she's coming right about here, right?
Yeah, yes.
We can't see the poles because they're back behind here, but we'll show you the video again. All you got to remember is this rod fence and the windows on this building.
And you can also see on the green too, some of the
And you
green.
can see all of these parking these parking walks right here, and you can see the trees.
Hmm.
So she's coming from this parking back here, and where is she going?
Across the road.
Right across the street to the Hope and Flower. Well, that's where the dog was found.
Exactly.
So then you start saying to yourself, well, was she even going to the Hope and Flower? And then we start digging into the financial companies.
We did. And once you start, there's no
But
there's no
what was
stopping
she
it.
doing in this alley, walking down it with no purse, just the dog with a mask in her hand? So you have to ask, did she already get to the place? Because I'm going to text Jim tomorrow. I just want to know if they found her purse or anything in the car. Because he can't tell me where the car was found. But I'm going to ask
No,
him for a simple location and about the purse, because if her purse is missing, then I honestly think that she was up visiting someone. And was she in this building? Because why would she take her dog across the street to walk that way when there's not even any grass? Like, it doesn't make sense
no,
to leave
no,
the Hope and walk across the street to let your dog out.
exactly.
But yep, this is where she's walking, right down this alley. And these right here are apartments. And this is the door that opens where the supposed drug deal was going on.
Yeah.
Ah,
I mean, God help anybody who walks out of any doors in downtown LA coming from any building, because they'll probably think you've just done a drug deal. And you might just be coming out of work. Unless you don't get anxiety if you don't make the lives on time. The fact that you all come and listen to Mars Lives is awesome. Oh, we've lost Mar. The snow has gotten so bad, it must have disrupted her internet service. And I'm just looking out here. She comes. She's plowed through the snow and she's back. She's come up through the snowdrift and she's back on, folks.
all right.
I told him you got stuck in the snowdrift.
Yeah, so that, I don't know, Kenny. I don't know where she is tonight. You're going, hey, Erica, Discord and say, where are you?
Oh, Kenny doesn't love me. He doesn't like my voice. He's sick of an Aussie accent.
We all know that Kenny has a crush. It's okay. So let me pull up these Yelp photos, because these are kind of what. Do you want to go into a little bit about the company that Heidi was involved in, the Arcadian Capital, and then the Arcadian Fund? We're not even
Yes.
going to talk about Steven Sugarman tonight, though. That's like way too much.
No, no. But it's all, it's, let's just say, it's all interlinked, as we both know. Let me just pull it
And
up
what, I'm
now.
trying to think. Did Jim say anything else?
Well, he did, but you have to remember, he said at this time he didn't want those kind of things to be put out there. So
Yeah,
we are respecting that.
no muffins. Um, we're gonna give you guys what we're thinking. Here's what I honestly think, because her best friend picked her up there last year in that building. I think Heidi met somebody who is in some type of way involved in the cannabis company. I'm
Yeah.
going to show you
Okay.
guys why
In the
we think this.
Yeah, because there's just so many
Connections.
connections to it.
Arcadian Fund. Let me open up Arcadian Fund. We'll start there and then we'll go to the Yelp pages with. Wait till you guys see how people live when you pay $24,000 a month.
Oh yeah. Or use it as party house.
It's a very expensive party house.
It is. But, oh, how
So when
exciting.
yeah, when I saw that weed dispensary picture in Yelp, or it actually came from Yelp, just like the trash can that was told it was taken. A lot of lies.
Yeah.
But this is where I started. I kept going back and forth like, did I share my screen yet? What is going on? Like, what is this Arcadian fun? Even though Heidi is no longer working at this place, this is a it's Arcadian Fund, and they also have Arcadian Capital that is run by the same person. It's a cannabis company. Arcadian is look at Arcadian Fund is equity investment firm that seeks to invest in mid and late stage companies operating in the cannabis sector.
Correct.
Yeah. So when you go into his investment, these people's investments, because I'm even convinced that it's tied to someone in one of these investments. All of these are weed investments, weed software. Enlighten is a common denominator, actually.
And if you're wondering how software and weed come together, it's an actual HR/payroll software that they
Yeah,
use exclusively for the cannabis industry.
you're correct. They even have TV channels completely to the cannabis industry that Arcadian Fund is involved in, and the owner of Penthouse 4002, right?
Correct.
And the Hope Flower. They're also involved in this Enlighten, which is a cannabis television network.
Yeah.
So then we start digging on the 28th floor of the Hope building. A lot of these places on the 28th floor where I think it seems to be where a lot of stuff went down. I don't believe Heidi went to that party, but now if she did, I think that she went up there for a minute and she left. Like, I don't think that she was at the stripper party that people are claiming were on the floor picking up glass.
Yeah, because we went frame by frame in that video, and
I'm
it
going to
was
play it
definitely
again.
not glass. Yeah, it was definitely not glass that was on the floor that she was picking up. It was definitely money. It was too uniform and too
Yeah,
long
we're going
for
to show it
shards. It would
again.
have to, yeah. But what
I
we
don't
also,
believe that. So that was the lie. And then we're going to look at the Yelp photos to where we were told a few of those pictures were just taken, but those pictures were not just taken. And then we've reached out to a few people with these Yelp comments. So I really hope that I would love the Brandon B to get back to me, and you guys will see what I'm talking about in a minute. There's a girl in this building that got beat up, right, Kaz? A stripper.
are shockingly beat up. She even posted before and after photos of what occurred. Now, I'm on the Yelp page at the moment, and this is extremely interesting. A lot of the really bad things that were disclosed on here, for some reason, Yelp, and I quote, "This review has been removed for violating our terms of service." Hmm, very interesting.
The Yelp pictures from the Hope and Flower.
Well, at the moment, the 154 photographs,
Yeah.
they're not on here.
Huh?
Uh,
Okay,
oh,
let's play the video one more time for them.
okay.
Okay, so we've got Heidi working for an investment firm that deals in the cannabis with 9 investors, not including the investors from the cannabis. Oh my gosh, not cannibal.
I know what you're
From the
thinking.
cannabis capital, because
Yes,
that's 2 companies. It's Arcadian Fund and Arcadian
heading
Capital.
capital. Correct.
Got to remember that. And All of these weed places are invested from a bank, which we all know the name of Bank of California, BANC, which puts the Muffin Man's brother as the CEO. There's so much, guys. When did he leave the bank?
We was us. He was actually physically removed, or asked to leave, whichever you'd like to say, in September 2020.
And he's running he's a whole nother story as far as his
Oh yeah,
what he's doing.
yeah.
So here's what I'm thinking, guys, and I'm almost convinced. Heidi had a boyfriend that lived in this building. I think she met him somehow through an investment firm. And I'll tell you why, guys, in a second, because even that Sabrina, she owns a cannabis company on the 10th floor of the USC building, and it's called Pretty High Co.
Correct.
There's another connection to a person who owns an ice cream store
Yeah,
with cannabis,
mellow with
cannibal,
ice cream.
yep, cannibal ice cream. And I also, and I
Cannabis,
don't
darling.
say this, guys, in a mean way, but I'm convinced that Heidi's boyfriend that she was seeing is a black man. I'm convinced.
Yeah, I think he's a man of color too.
Yeah, yeah, they have. I'm going to show you the page. It's an ice cream store with ice cream, cannabis ice cream.
No,
Sabrina owns
Jessica.
Pretty High Co.
You're right, Jessica.
Not
Cannabis
not
is
to
one.
mention a few others. Like she owns like 4 to 5 brands of marijuana
Yeah, she got into
companies.
the marijuana trade. Plus, um, she's got things that coming up to do with her being in trouble because of all that too.
An
So
indictment for what was it? Heroin, I think she was caught with.
yeah, yeah.
Heroin.
It's all the
Okay,
coke and
guys,
heroin.
let's watch the video. This is supposedly the video. Stop with the cannibal PV. This is supposedly the video of the aftermath of when Heidi was at this crazy party wearing pants, a sweater, and a COVID mask, where she took from what the other channel said, she overdosed on a fentanyl laced Adderall. She fell, she broke the glass in her hands. They then picked her up and put her into the trash chute. And what floor did she get stuck on?
28th floor.
What floor was the dog found on?
28th floor.
What the hell is going on the 28th floor? But this party took place in a penthouse with the owner of this penthouse is huge, huge. And what company?
Cannabis.
The cannabis company. Multi multi-millionaire at 33 years old.
Yeah.
Doesn't live there. Got
No.
ties to the building down the street at 727, and
Yeah.
that's owned by Famama. So,
Yes.
people, until you dig as deep as we dig and know what's going on, I'm watching these other YouTubers and I'm sitting back like, you guys don't even know half of it. Here's the
Uh,
party. I can't help it, guys. This is the expensive phone that the lady driving a Maserati owns.
sorry, you're going to choke me. Sorry, coffee.
PB&J, they say it's the 28th floor. The 29th popped out a couple of times, but they said that was not right.
Yeah.
So we've got a woman. Oh, look at the dollar bill right there. Look,
Mm.
it's right there. So this is supposedly strippers picking up glass after Heidi fell on the floor after overdosing on a pill. I don't
But
buy it.
no, nobody in their right mind would be kneeling on a floor that's got shattered. I mean, her body is her brand, so there's no way.
And everyone's just standing around with dollar bills in their hand, like, screw the lady who just fell on the floor. Let's get this stripper over here to us.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
she's
that's
picking up
debunked.
dollar notes.
Completely debunked. I'm convinced that she went to see. And the only thing that ties her to that building now, besides the cannabis connection, everybody's in the weed business.
Oh yeah,
You got Sherwin, you've got the other one, you've got the two buildings. Her just walking between an alley that connects these two buildings.
correct. And the
You
other company that's involved, which is just around the corner,
just around the corner, Litco.
in
I don't
front,
think they're
and
really in. I don't think Litco is involved, but I know for a fact that Sabrina knows the owner of Litco, and they might be running some dispensaries that are located in the 28th floor. Let's go look at the Yelp pictures, guys. So we're done with. Look at her butt stuck on the screen. I'm sorry, girl.
I've seen that butt before.
But the best part is when she look. So look at all these people standing around waiting for her to come over, and she's literally picking up money and putting it on the table. That's a dollar bill clear as day right there.
Mm.
Watch. Money. She puts her hand over, snatches up the dollar bills, looks up, gives a
Mine.
little smirk. Everyone's standing around, hands folded, music's probably pumping. Because we're going to go look at the DJs and when she's leaving with her bag full of them. Oh, look at, she's picking it up. Look at the dollar bill right here, or the 20, or the 5, or the 10 in his hand. So, my question is, do we all agree that this is a stripper party with girls picking up money and not an aftermath and people picking up glass? Can we agree on this?
What do you think, chat? Everybody's gone quiet all of a sudden.
I see chat. Strippers aren't illegal. Nope, you're right, Happy. And the man that is involved with the owner of the penthouse, supposedly where this party is, he's also involved in cryptocurrency.
Correct.
Mr. Tan.
Yes.
Yep. Sure is involved in cryptocurrency. So you've got crypto, you've got strippers, you've got
But there's no glass. Nobody's picking up any
serious,
glass.
serious cannabis. Like, holy shit. Every single person in this thing is connected to a cannabis software, computer software, television, growing, seedings. I mean, holy cow.
Paraphernalia.
Paraphernalia, Highco, Pinkco, Prettyco.
Mm.
Let's just get Highco all together.
Yeah, and we can all do it with a cone of ice cream.
Now, before I close the pictures out, let me show the pictures of the girl with her bag, the money bag.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, God. You can't make it up. This girl is supposedly dancing in a couple of girls in a $24,000 a night condo. And you guys want to know something else that I just remembered that is absolutely crazy? A lot of people rent the condos in the Hope Out for one night. And when I went to go make the reservation, how much was that for one night for that one bedroom? 700?
Something around that price figure. Yeah.
From Lily Pad, you can totally go, and then that level place, and you can rent out rooms for the night. And what did they say? When the Staples Center is going on, that's when they're really busy. So what are those basketball players doing? Like renting out rooms and hanging out with the girls? This picture is my favorite.
Well, yeah.
Let me look at chat. So there's the strippers. Go ahead, Kaz. Go ahead.
That's a very high class bag. Excuse me, Ma. I mean, that's priceless. they won't be around much longer. You've
Yeah,
got
I
to have
feel
to
like I
put
want
one
to
of
send
those in
them.
a frame.
Yeah, I feel like I want to send her a knockoff. Just like something like look at the and she's got the money still in her hand.
Yeah.
And you can see the DJ on the screen back there spinning. So this party was definitely happening. And I'm convinced too that those poles and tables come together from that one van that's parked out front right here at the bottom of Sabrina Peterson's roll.
Yes. Wouldn't
And
surprise me
I
in the
think
least.
the number is actually 1509 or 1504. That could be a 213.
Yes, it is 213.
But yeah, that's the girls leaving a, a, a penthouse in downtown Los Angeles with just the money all rolled up in the bag. I'm sorry. That's what I said, Kath. I'm like, you couldn't even get like a cool backpack or something?
I mean, the equivalent of Kmart or Walmart. I mean, you can pick one up for $20.
I mean, you could even get one of those recyclable ones, at least that have the little handles on it.
She was in a hurry, Ma. She had to get a stash out.
Mm-mm-mm. Okay,
Her
let's go.
feet was hurting in those heels.
Right? Her little legs aren't working tonight. She's trying to tell me that too.
Oh, poor monkey.
No, they work. She's just being spoiled. It's a joke when I say her little legs don't work.
Well, I have a 14-kilo furry friend, did you know? And his legs don't work as well. And we even brought in stairs to come up and down off the lounge and off the beds.
Okay, so where are we at, Kaz? We
Okay,
believe she's got a boyfriend in that building that she was dating. We believe it was something secret because I think, you know, it's legal there, but I think she was hanging out with somebody that she knew. And maybe he did come in a certain times of the year. Like he doesn't even have to be here full time.
no, exactly.
But I'm almost convinced that she met somebody through this marijuana investment company that she was working for. And this guy has ties to the dispensaries in this building.
Yes,
And that's the connection from Hope to that Arcadian Heidi anything is cannabis.
absolutely. I
So
mean,
does that open bigger? Yep. Okay.
yeah,
Let's have a look at these pictures. So these are pictures that you're paying. Now let's not forget that somebody was able to get into the bottom parking garage and up to the 6th floor.
correct.
You supposedly have to have a 5 key to get in and out of this building. And she brought her dog. So these are just normal pictures, I guess, of. We'll get to the good ones. Oh, look how nice it looks.
Yeah, great.
Here we go.
And then we
One
get
of
to the
many shit turds. Wait, this is great. One of many shit turds that drop on our balcony and property all day for the last 5 months from upstairs neighbors that leave pets outside 24/7. Look at the little fly on the little shit turd.
oh no, poor fly.
COVID cough, weed cough, wildfire. How it feels like live at Hope and Flower. Everyone is smoking weed. Let's get past these really nice. Oh, this is when rent gouging. And we can't forget the man that almost fell out the window.
Yes.
We'll get to
Yes.
him in a minute. So, what is this photo? This is all the stogies of weed that are on the balcony. We could probably go collect all of these little marijuana buds and probably just sell them for like dime bags or something. Wouldn't we do that? Weed everywhere. Weed and dog shit and fur. 3 blocks away from this place is a place called Litco that's owned by an African American young street guy that's like got his shit together on the streets of LA and selling weed legally.
Yeah.
It's a weed connection. Oh, wait, girl, wait. This is nothing. We're going to have stogies, turds, and fur. Doesn't this picture look familiar?
Wonder where we've seen this one before. Would it be from the same people where PB&J is asking where did we get the stripper video from?
I got the stripper video from the girls that went there supposedly and fixed the memorial.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. There was too many lies invested. This right here, this picture that was sent saying that this was taken during the time that she went missing because they were trying to convince us that the garbage compactor was this full because she was stuck on the 28th. That part killed me. They
Yeah.
put her in the she said she was put in the trash chute on the 40th floor and she got stuck on the 28th floor. So you ran down every floor to say, "Oh, yeah,
But
Kat, she did, but let me tell you the date of this photo was March 10th, 2021.
yeah, many, many, many months before.
So that was this trash chute. This is the way it always is with this trash chute, they said. I'm not saying this evidence is not true, Mallory. It has a geo timestamp on it. This picture came from March 10th. Then we have some pictures, okay. Here we're getting into the girl who's getting evicted. Casa D. Can make a collage of filthy. This dog park, do not use it unless necessary. No, who am I dragging? Have I even mentioned anyone's name?
No.
Who am I dragging? Some people, man, I tell you, way too much time on their hands.
Yeah.
Mallory, no one's dragging anyone. These pictures right here are facts. So this is when she tried to pay her December rent. This is the lady that a stripper, which I'm going to show you, was sent to her floor to beat her up. And then this one. 2 outside contractors entering my unit without permission. Eric and Sandra did not coordinate. Very bad and dangerous. It's just, I don't know, guys. It's like a big weed building.
Yeah, there's a lot of smoking going on there, that's for sure. For it to be a non-smoking building.
Yeah, I don't know what happened that day. I totally believe, there's parts of it that I believe happened. I believe that she met the girl she's speaking of. I don't deny that for a minute. I know for a fact that the video was not an aftermath of Heidi falling on the dance floor, breaking a glass, and overdosing right there. Too many people were there. It's unfathomed to think that many people at a club with today's technology and there's nothing out or leaked. You know what? You can't sell me that bullshit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. People can believe what they want. Me personally, I don't think it happened like that. Feces from belonging to upstairs neighbor. This happens daily. Another poop. Weed. Poop and weed. There's the fur. More feces, urine soaked hay, fur, and cigarettes. I don't know. I'm not even talking about that scenario. I'm talking about marijuana, guys. I don't care what they did. I believe that Sabrina exists, but Sabrina now, to me, is on the weed radar. She owns too many cannabis product companies. There's too much cannabis in this building. There's dispensaries on the 28th floor that are in LLC's name. So, what's some padded flooring company?
Exactly.
There's more. There's more going on in this building than Heidi going missing. More weed, and now she's getting evicted. You can see this hoverboard is a serious threat to them, way bigger than us getting killed. So she's basically being evicted because I came to her floor and kicked her ass.
Yeah, which
And
is
where is the
so
picture
not
of
right.
her?
You
Hang on.
over.
Yeah, I'm
There
not
are so
talking
many
about
pictures. There she is.
that channel
There
and
she
what
is.
happened. I'm telling you my thoughts on what I think happened. Here she is.
That's her. Yeah.
Here is what I looked like after getting assaulted by a stripper who was sent to my floor with no permission. That to me makes sense. I just saw a video of a stripper party in that building.
Yeah.
Poop and weed. Oh, that's funny, Shredder. I mean, there's so much cannabis combined into these people that it's crazy. We're talking multi-million dollars, but it's not
Yeah.
illegal what they're doing.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Not at all.
But it makes you wonder, like the funding of these companies. Um, that some of these have started with links to certain people, and it all seems to be going revolving around a certain set of financiers who Heidi had dealings with.
Exactly. And that's what she looked like before she got beat up. And here is the famous dispensary picture.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Oh, these are all the windows. Everybody complains about the tardiness of the maintenance, the unsafe apartments with windows falling out of the building. It's unbelievable. It wasn't constructed very well.
No, it wasn't. And you'll see there's like loose windows like in the units. Like you could just probably don't lean against your windows because you
Oh, heck
honestly
no.
might fall out.
Extremely dangerous.
So here's what the vague email from the building regarding an alleged shooting incident, yet zero content.
When was that one posted again? No?
For some reason, there's no date. Oh, September 27th, 2020.
Yeah.
Let me
All
see.
these have got timestamps on them.
Mm-hmm. And then we get into, I mean, just like the complaints and the disabled parking spots and
Thefts.
theft, random people parking, mold and water damage. Like, look at this place. This building is not even 2 years old.
And it's 53% dear. Sorry, correct. 58% dearer to rent in this apartment complex than it is for some really high level, decent apartments. Even where a certain owner lives down on 727, their apartments aren't even as expensive as the Hope and Flower.
Yep. There's some. There's definitely a few units in this place that are pulling out for weed dispensaries, and the question is, what units and what weed dispensaries? Because I've been searching every single apartment on the 28th floor, and God, there's so many LLCs tied together.
Yes.
And the owner of the 400 penthouse, I
Yes.
forget the number two.
Two.
That guy is. I mean, he has a company that does cannabis um, events, but not stripper events, but all over the world.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think
the
it's
money
just
tied up in this is astronomical. There are players.
they egg them. They're getting egged. 670 square feet for how much money a month to have dog poop on your balcony and all of this damage in a 2-year-old building? You have to move out. That thing's going to collapse.
If LA has any quakes, that would be, in my opinion, one of the ones that would be severely damaged because the windows fall out without it being shook.
Hey, Kara. I just don't want what I am very upset about is the fact that a lot of people think that she took off to this high-end stripper party and bought. You know what? Even if she did buy a, it didn't happen the way people are portraying it. It's not fair. She's a mother of a boy that just lost his mother, and here's what I don't understand that you have to think about. This is exactly what was said. There was enough forensic evidence to prove that Heidi is no longer alive. That's what they said. So then they're
Correct.
digging in the trash dump. They might be looking for maybe other evidence, but I think depending on when they got the permit, because I know it started late from what he did say, you have to ask yourself, okay, well, there wouldn't have been enough forensic evidence from cutting her hand on a glass if that's what the strippers were supposedly picking up, which I know for a fact it was money. Then how would she have had so much forensic evidence of death of having an accidental overdose on a fentanyl laced Adderall? Doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't work like that. You need to have forensic evidence, as in blood loss or maybe tissue mat or something like forensic evidence. An overdose is not going to give you a forensic evidence of that if you don't have a body.
I mean, if the scenario of being pushed into a garbage chute was the truth, could she get a body be damaged on the way down the chute? Absolutely. They're not meant for human bodies to go down. It's for trash.
It's kind of like a slide, though.
I wouldn't like to try.
I
I mean,
wouldn't
I like
either.
slides, but I wouldn't like to try.
I mean, look at that rusty nail. Look at this place.
It's for walk floors because the rain comes. If it's on one particular side of the wall. Oh my god!
It's a non smoking building. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, you could go with a little broom and a dustpan, sweep up those little stogies, and you could just open them up and sell them, probably be rich in the dime bag situation.
yeah.
And then
I
some
mean,
pictures look so nice.
it does. I mean, you do the virtual tour on their Hope and Flowers actual webpage, and you would think this is the most absolutely drop dead gorgeous building to live in.
There he
Well,
is.
maybe when it was first bought. Well, that's yep. You've
I'm
got
gonna
people having to.
Let me show them the window that he probably fell out of right here. That's the window he probably fell out of.
It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy.
So the question is, I think we're gonna have to rent a unit out on the 28th floor. Fly to Los Angeles and have a couple of parties.
Well,
Because
yeah. And I don't think it was the first one, and I don't think it'll be the last one. Have they toned it down since Heidi, all the media attention on it? Maybe. I mean, when you've got a legitimate dispensary, only a hop, skip, and a jump from the Hope and Flower, It's
It's true.
ironic how they go from having a picture of a marijuana on the floor with poop on the floor, and then they show you a decent photo.
Yeah, but Yelp, there's just it's weed and dog poop and people complaining of the smoke, and not only that, but the opening up dispensaries in the units. And then when you go to that other company that they run on Flower Street, that level place, those are nightly rentals that you can rent out, and then sometimes you end up getting a nightly rental in the Hope and Flower.
Exactly.
I don't see where the security in that building is whatsoever.
Yeah.
And listen, we can either not think that Heidi would have gone to that party, but Jim says that there is no freaking way that she would have gone to that party. It just wasn't her thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is a good one. A
Oh
fraction
yeah.
of the screws that fall onto our balcony from who knows where. Raining screws.
And it's scary. It really is scary that this is all happening in a not quite 2-year-old building yet. It's literally falling apart. This reminds me of some videos I've seen of buildings put up in third world countries where they don't have the steel for reinforcement and things like that, and the buildings aren't constructed properly. It was built in 2020, finished building in 2020, so one would think the technology available in today's world wouldn't stop this from occurring.
Something is definitely uh there's something going on. But whatever is going on between the weed units is probably not illegal. I don't know if it's illegal to have a unit on that floor, but then again, that one floor is a Rubbermaid LLC.
Well, I did look into it. You can have a dispensary for cannabis, but it's got to be approved, just like your food vans in LA that you have. They've all got to have licenses. So and if they don't, they get in trouble. Well, it's the same apparently with these dispensaries. They must all be licensed because you can only buy up to X amount of grams for personal use. So they have to make sure that people are adhering to those rules and not buying, an ounce instead of a gram.
Let me show. Actually, yeah, I'm convinced though that it's coming off of
No, PB&J, we didn't say Trey's not Heidi's cousin. That's not what.
Oh no,
Um,
no, no. We didn't say that.
no, we just said that
We
Jim
said that
said that Trey wasn't known to him.
Trey had no idea who he was. He actually had to call Heidi's mom to find out who Trey was. He had never heard of her, and Heidi never spoke of him.
Yeah.
So this is the girl that supposed the supposed. Now I'm not saying that no one got into a fight or punched in the head. I'm not saying that, but I didn't see a picture of the girl. I don't know if I can say that this is definitely, but this is the woman, Sabrina Peterson's Instagram from her pretty
High
Heiko.
code. Yeah.
And if you go to her page and you look at all of her products, she's doing good for herself.
Oh, she's doing brilliant.
Then you have to ask yourself, if she was the one, why on God's earth would cause her to punch somebody? But then again, you punch somebody, but then you're lying about them picking up glass. Like that's weird to me. Like, how could you say that? That's the aftermath video, and those girls are picking up glass. Like, why would
And
she?
sorry, Ma.
No, go ahead.
I actually saw an interview with Sabrina, and it was a one-on-one in-depth interview, and she was talking about her time in Atlanta, Georgia, where she's originally from, and what she's been through, and the sincerity in her voice was high. in my opinion. And it was it was done by, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue now. Oh, I can't remember his name now, but it was done by a really reputable podcaster. He does a lot of exposés on different people. So he was asking hard questions. And she was being honest and truthful and answering everything, even the things that she, didn't want really to get out there. So for to her to flip and hurt somebody, something must have occurred to trigger that. Because everybody's got a temper, but it takes something to trigger that temper. Some people lash out verbally, some people lash out physically. So something triggered it. What it was, well, I can't answer on Sabrina's behalf.
I'm convinced Heidi has a guy that she was dating there that she kept secretive because I believe that he was involved in this cannabis world.
Well, there's a high possibility of that. I mean, you know how hard we've looked. The only one that we can actually see there's any link to is the one that actually moved out of the apartments, and it went up for lease just a day after all this supposedly
Happened.
happened. So, but unfortunately, you can't get a tenancy listing for the building. Otherwise, we would have looked it up.
I am convinced, can't tell me different, that she is tied into somebody. Could be someone that it's someone in the cannabis company that she knows, that she was visiting, and we're getting close to figuring out who's got some dispensaries in those units.
Because some of them might, in all probability, are quite illegal, probably
And this guy
illegal.
right here, guys, on the right, is the owner of what?
Litco.
Litco. Are you my man? Are you my man? I'm not talking to you, kitty. Yeah.
I can
I
hear
swear, I know. Out of all the things I say, "Are you my man?" And he goes, "What?"
it. Yeah, Ma. Yeah.
Shh, go lay down, big boy. So I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that the more you dig and the more you look at where she was really last seen on that camera, the only thing besides the marijuana that ties her to that building and the dog, it's two things: the marijuana and the dogs. And we all know that people in that industry probably like to put on some fun parties. But you ask
Categorically.
yourself, the question lies is who, and she was going. But you dig and you keep looking on social media and looking, and soon you're going to see that connection.
Well, we actually saw another video. Oh, it was video or pictures? Can't remember now, Ma. Where
Oh, I don't
the
think she does drugs, PB&J. I think she met a guy that she's into that is a black man because even before all of these articles and this stuff came out, we have to remember the dog was seen. I always believed that she was seen walking the dog there with a man that resembled Naeem. I always believe that.
yeah,
That's what makes me believe that she is dating a black man. I don't know if he's a full time resident. Shit, he could even own a unit and be renting it out to a dispensary, fly in once in a while. But it's been going on since last year because last year her friend picked her up from that building.
yeah.
Maybe a lady. You think that maybe if she was into girls? I don't think so.
And we know that
Maybe
certain,
it, hey, maybe she was dating Sabrina.
well, you know, why not? Sabrina's a very attractive woman.
Let's go look at, let's go see Sabrina real quick.
She's got a beautiful face.
Oh, she's gorgeous. So
Absolutely.
Sabrina was in trouble with This woman's powerful. So let's look at this article that was written about Sabrina, and we're going to end it on this note. I just, I could have came out. I just don't want Heidi's name to be completely run through shit until we actually know, especially that whole entire laced Adderall shit. Like, even if the Sun stole the thing and went and did their own thing, they should be put out of business. That was just horrible. Here she
Yeah.
is.
And she got the blonde braids in this one.
Yeah. With the bowl of weed sitting on her desk.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, that's a woman who loves her
She's
some cannabis.
an award-winning business coach, strategist, and proven entrepreneur who has dedicated herself and her business toward being one-stop shop for female empowerment.
Yeah.
So this is the girl who supposedly punched her in the head and Heidi's friend in the stomach. What would cause something like that?
Well, that's what I said. If it occurred, and I'm not disputing the fact that it happened to Dawn, but I'm just saying
Hey,
something triggered
Angel.
it. Angel, you need to unsubscribe and resubscribe and make sure you've got the click on the all notifications bell, which is the darkest bell at the top. Otherwise, you won't receive all notifications. Because I accidentally didn't do that and I wondered why I wasn't getting any notifications myself. I clicked on the wrong bell. I'm silly. We've lost Mara again. No, she's back again.
Ooh, it is snowing like a. Ooh, it's snowing. Yep, beautiful girl. But
And
I do believe
she's
that.
really come up from where she was in Atlanta. I mean, she started off in the beauty industry, and then all of a sudden she was into the cannabis, and that's where she was only selling like one or two pieces of drug paraphernalia online, and then her business has just grown to quite a substantial business.
Oh, she has. Uh, she supposedly lives in the Hope, and her office building was the one that I showed you guys when we first got to downtown. Was that USC building? Is where her office is on the 10th floor. The girl makes some good money. So what?
She does.
If everything, and I'm not saying that nothing is true. I'm saying if you think about it, if everything that was said was true, if you take Jim out of the mix and you take the business, the Sugarmans out, which I don't know, out of the mix, what would bring a woman to that building? It's a relationship. It's someone that she's into, or
Yeah,
I just feel that.
yeah,
And it was a lifestyle that she didn't want her friends to know about because maybe the guy was a black man, maybe he's into hip hop, I don't know, but oh my gosh, it's everything ties back to this.
yeah. And in answer to your question, Cara, yes, Sabrina was um, in a huge kerfuffle with the rapper, and the rapper happened to be the husband of her best friend, and it was unbelievable. You should look it up,
Yeah,
and
it was
it was
Ti
sad.
and Tiny,
Yeah, it,
sure, PB and
she's
J.
been Tiny's girlfriend for a very, very, very long time, and she only got to meet Ti when they got married in 2010.
So this ice cream store, let me just tell you guys who owns this real quick.
Oh,
So the
oh yeah,
so the guy that owns the penthouse at the 4002 Hope building, he has a partner in his big LLC company of all marijuana, and Mr. Tan is the only partner he has. And this is Mr. Tan's business.
yes,
Who and when you think about Mr. Tan, And then you think about Famama and him being the same
Yeah,
descent
it's so,
as, oh, there's so
yeah,
much involved here. And then we won't
yeah,
even get into what Steven Sugarman's doing for the community these days, but everything just fits right into together.
yeah. I'm sorry, folks. I do have to jump off
Yeah,
because
I'm
it
ending it
takes me longer
anyways.
these days to, to get ready.
I'm ending it anyways, guys. But yeah, so that's basically where we're at. And I guess we just have to wait until we get an update, a real update on the
And we'll
search at
keep
the
digging.
landfill.
We'll keep digging.
Oh, I'm not gonna stop digging. I'm so close to, like, it's like a memory game.
Yeah. We, Mara and I decided we needed a whole room of whiteboards, corkboards. I mean,
I'm just gonna use the side of my house. I'm gonna take my camera outside and just use the side of my house.
because it's you open one door and another one, two are right behind it.
Exactly. Everyone, thank you for coming in. Cass, thank you.
Thank you, Ma. It's been a pleasure.
You have a great
Thanks.
birthday with your husband, and tell them your husband, your daughter, I said happy birthday.
I will do that. Yes.
Everyone, thank you for coming in.
Thanks to all the mods.
Keep your baby safe, guys, and stay vigilant. PB&J says Jim is good, no rice fields. Sugarman. I don't think Sugarman is bad. I think if Sugarman ends up being involved in this whatsoever, it's because the Golanus has got him still tied around his little finger.
Yeah. Thanks, Hummingbird. I will definitely tell my hubby happy birthday from you.
I would be more afraid of Derek Galanis than I would Jason Sugarman, but now the Galanis that are sitting in federal jail, I think they still hold a lot of power. But I think this is old. This SEC is old news compared to all this marijuana and cannabis and stuff going on through Arcadian Capital,
Mm.
Arcadian Fun, and the Hope and Flower. That's one thing that you just can't make up. The coincidence is thick.
Yeah.
Thick like the smoke on the balconies and the dog turds and fur.
So true.
Dog
So true.
turds and furs. And on that note, I'm out of here, guys. Have a great
Take
night.
care. Love to all. Bye.
Bye. Bye bye.
Ciao.